This is going to be a quick update, so not a lot left to do on this actual turntable. I pulled this apart and checked the whether or not that capacitor was still within spec. It is good to go, and we've got the motor taken apart. I've added a few drops of this sewing machine oil to the reservoir right here and the reservoir right there, and then we're going to button it back up. It was pretty dry down here, so these extra drops of oil definitely help it along. And then we're going to put this back in. The rubber motor mounts were in pretty good condition. I've got a few new aftermarket parts that I have on hand just in case these break, because over time these rubber mounts will get hard and then just break as you take the motor off. And so those still have a lot of flexibility left, so I'm going to leave those as is. And then we're just going to turn her over and put a new belt on her and get her running. We've got this 990V back in the base, and so this is pretty much done. As far as any kind of ordered parts, I did find a replacement platter retaining clip on eBay. Got one of those coming, and then an aftermarket stylish for this Audio Technica cartridge because the one it came with broke off. And we're running into the same issue with this aftermarket belt being too tight because that needs to be making contact. So the last 990B that I was working on, which I'm still kind of breaking in this belt, it eventually stretches out to where you don't have to lift the mat up to force the idler wheel to make contact with the motor pulley. But it's still kind of hit or miss. I don't really run it as often as I was when I was initially trying to break it in. But once the belt gets warmed up on that last one, uh, it'll turn on no problem. So this one, the belt is stiff and it'll take a little bit to break in, but we got plenty of time to do that. So the only thing I have left to do for this turntable, for this Garrard 990B, is take that polishing kit for headlights and apply it to the top of this dust cover to try and get this spaghetti scuff off and this little piece, this little spot right here. We're not going to make it perfect, but we can make it look a little bit prettier than what it is right now. Then after that, we're going to take a pause on turntables because I need to work on. I've got two vintage receivers, both Sansui, and both of them are crapping out. The 2000X, both both channels are just static on every single one of the outputs. And I think those are the faulty transistors. The 5000X, which I was using to test these things out, just needs a complete recap job because the right channel is just fading. So that's going to be. I may just order a recap kit from eBay. But anyways, pausing on turntables, going to go take a look at some receivers. But that's a task for another day.